Often church leaders blame themselves when they see a lack of spiritual growth among their followers. They know in good conscience that they have done everything to their knowledge to enhance the growth of their flock. And they consistently face disappointing results when they look at the fruitlessness surrounding their ministry. And sometimes these leaders begin to see themselves as the problem. Isaiah could have easily drawn the conclusion that the spiritual condition of Israel was his fault. He could have allowed the depressing results in Israel to cause him to quit his prophetic ministry. And we feel this way sometimes ourselves. Can I get an amen, somebody? Can y'all hear me? If I don't hear an amens, I preach longer. Amen? All right. When we feel as if we are the blame for the failure of our followers to grow spiritually, we must allow the Apostle Paul to remind us that the power to make things grow is not from us, but it is from God. The Apostle Paul says the only thing that church leaders can do is to plant and to water. It is God who gives the increase to the vineyard. It is God who makes all things grow. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 3:5-7, what after all is Apollos, and what is Paul? They are only servants through whom you came to believe, as the Lord has assigned to each his task. I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God made it grow. So neither he who plants nor he who waters is anything, but only God, only God, only God who makes things grow. The man who plants and the man who waters have one purpose, and each will be rewarded according to his own labor. For we are God's fellow workers. You are God's field, God's building. It is helpful for ministers and for church leaders to be reminded that the church still belongs to Christ. It is helpful for ministers and church leaders to be reminded that Christ is still the rightful owner of the vineyard.